Going to be getting our full-blown acceleration now here with this 2500 Mega Cab. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're going to be going over a 2021 Ram 2500 Laramie Night Edition Mega Cab. And in today's video, I'm going to explain why this is the coolest specification on a Ram that I've pretty much ever seen. But first and foremost, a huge shout out and thank you to the Dodge Ram here in Sandy for giving me some time with this truck. Check out their inventory in the link below. Let's get straight into the video. So under the hood here, we have the 6.7 liter Cummins engine that is paired to a 6-speed automatic transmission. Now, the transmission is known as the 68 RFE. Power outputs are 370 horsepower and then 850 pound-feet of torque. Let's go over the front end of this Laramie Night Edition finished in flame red. So first off, you guys will notice that you've got the blacked out emblem there on the side and then all blacked out front grille with the full LED lights, and they are LED reflector lights. You've got the fog lamps down below with the parking sensors here in the front. You've got the blacked out tow hooks, and the bumper is body painted as part of this Night Edition package. But I mean, just look at this. Like, it looks so much different compared to any other, like, just look at all these other heavy duties. And then look at this one. It looks so unique. Coming on the side here, we've got 285mm tires wrapped around 20-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear as well. And then they're all blacked out as part of this Night Edition package. And then since this does have the Night Edition package, you guys can see you've got the blue off-roading shocks, which I think look really cool with the truck. And then painted fender flare as well. And then you guys got all the blacked out badges you guys already saw right there. And then here's a full side view. And remember, this one is the Mega Cab, and of course this truck gets in the way. But I mean, you guys kind of get the point. Let's go over the bed of this Laramie Mega Cab. So first off, the payload capacity is 1,729 pounds. And then we've got a full bed liner here from the factory. You've got all of your hookups and everything for this little fifth wheel setup, and then you do get a full power outlet as well. LED lights here in the bed. But yeah, this is why I love this truck, is it's pretty much got everything. Let's go over the rest of the rear of this truck. So since this is the Night Edition Laramie, you do get these full LED lights here in the back with the blacked out light there in the center portion. All of your blacked out badging here on the back, and then the parking sensors down below with the receiver hitch right there in the center portion. And then this does have the little kick step. So basically all you got to do is just boom, kick that out. Pretty simple, and then you can kick it back in as well. But yeah, other than that, that's the back end. Towing capacity is in the 16,000-ish pound range, and that's everything for the rear. Let's pop into the back of this Mega Cab. So first off, notice that you've got soft touch down here and up above with the nice stitching, the suede insert, and then the blacked out trim, and then you got one of the speakers for the sound system. We'll get into that in just a little bit. And then here are the seats here at the back, so you guys can see full soft touch. You got the nice suede inserts again, nice piping, all that kind of stuff. With the Mega Cab, there's some different configurations. So you guys can see this little thing here. If you pull this, it'll basically fold it all the way down flat. And then there is another lever here at the top. And if you pull that one, then it just folds it down like that. And when I say all the way flat, I mean it kind of like puts it forward into the floor for the folding position when you do the lower down lever right here. So you guys can see pulling that and then throwing it down. This seat's in the way, but like you guys can imagine, it goes pretty much all the way flat. So then you could pretty much fit like a mattress back here. What I'm trying to say is, well, I won't go back up, but you could sleep in your Mega Cab. Anyways, let's actually pop in. So stepping in, this does have the power side steps, which help out quite a bit. In terms of headroom, if I sit all the way up, I still have several inches, and I'm 5'11". Legroom, really good. And then you guys can see down below, we've got a couple USBs and a full power outlet, heated seats for the rear, and then we do have some cup holders back here, and then all of the floor mats are in the back. But that's the back of the Mega Cab. Let's go over the door panel here in the front. So first off, again, you've got the nice stitching and soft touch all throughout with the suede insert, and then the blacked out trim, and then your memory seat controls with all the window controls, and then the mirrors do power fold in. They also have blind spot monitoring, which is another nice little touch. And then this little control right here lets you power adjust the convex mirror there on the side, so both of the mirrors are power adjustable. And then here are the seats at the front. So again, you've got the nice soft touch black leather with the suede inserts, the Laramie logo, all that kind of stuff. Perforated leather here in the center portion, and then you got the adjustments there on the side of the seat, little Ram plaque. And then there's the pedals down below, and then this is the release for the parking brake, and then this is to turn on the power outlet there in the bed. And then you've got the light controls right here with the fog lights and the cargo light. The steering wheel is manually adjustable, and then there's the pedal adjustments. And there's one more look before we pop in. Here's the steering wheel in this 2500 Laramie. So first off, soft touch around the entire steering wheel, and then we've got a couple controls right here. So first off, you've got your whole cruise control system, which you do get the adaptive cruise control, your gear limiter, and then you've got our controls for the center stack, your voice command, and then your phone controls. Radio controls are on the back, and then you got a little stock there for the turn signal and the windshield wipers. And then this does have a column shifter because, well, it's a heavy duty truck. And that's all for the steering wheel. Here in the center, we do have analog gauges for the RPMs and for the speed. And then there in that center screen, you can scroll through a couple different bits of vehicle information. I do like the little off-road status there on the heavy duties. And we are at like an all-time low here with the fuel. It doesn't even give us a range. It just says low. But yeah, that's everything for the center screen. This truck does have the 12-inch display for the infotainment system. You've got your lane departure assistance at the top, your stability control, and then the hazard lights, climate controls on either side, and then your radio controls on the sides as well. And then we do have our parking sensors down here with your tow haul mode, your diesel exhaust brake, and then your trailer brake controls. And then as for the screen itself, first off, if we pop it in reverse, this is the view you get when you do pop it in reverse. You get a bird's eye view and then the view at the back. This has the full 360 camera system, so you pretty much get every single view out of the truck, which is pretty cool. And then you guys can see you've got the view out of the bed, and then this is like your regular camera view, and yes, you can zoom in with that. And then you do get the views at the side, which you can scroll to either side basically. So it makes parking this truck pretty easy, and then also with a trailer, it makes parking it a lot easier. And then if we pop it back out of reverse, as for the rest of the 12-inch display, response time's really good on the screen itself. You get heated and cooled seats, heated steering wheel as well. And then since this has the steps from the factory, you just press that and you can deploy them. So like if you want to clean the steps, then you just press that little button. But yeah, really good infotainment system, easy to use, and I don't know, it's pretty. We've got our drive line select down here, so you've got your two-wheel drive, your four-wheel high, your four-wheel low, and then you've got your hill descent control with the neutral there in the center, and it says 4x4. And then other than that, we do have a bench seat in this truck, which this is the other reason why I like it, because it is pretty practical. So like, it's not as cool as the center console, but you have storage on the top, you've got cup holders, you can have it as a third seat, so it may add to kind of like the practicality, and then you've got storage underneath, and then you do have storage in front of the seat. So like, it's not as much as the center console, but it's still pretty good. And then there's some, you guys can't really see it in the camera, but there's like a bunch of like USBs down here, and there's a full power outlet on the other side. Coming over here, we've got all the soft touch and stitching, and then we've got the dual glove box right here, and then it does say Laramie on the front of the little glove box. There's a 12-volt right there, and then this does have the camera mirror, so basically just flip that and then it'll do the little camera function for you, which is another nice little touch and why I like the spec on this truck. And then this does have a sunroof, which is another reason why I like the spec. And then it's got the drop down tailgate button right there. You've got your light controls, and then all the controls for the sunroof there in the center, and the power sliding window for the rear. And that's all for that. Now that we're done going over the interior on this Ram 2500 Laramie in the Night Edition package with the flame red color and all these options, let's get into the pricing. So this truck stickers for almost $81,000 before any type of market adjustment, and I know that's really expensive, but what I have to say is you can live in your car, but you can't drive your house. Let's take this truck out and see how it drives. Let's talk about the visibility before we set off here in this 2500 Laramie Mega Cab. So first off, visibility over the hood. I mean, it's just like any other 2500. You can see out of it pretty well if you're used to a truck. And then there's your visibility through both the mirrors. They do have blind spot monitoring. And then here's throughout the rest of the rear, which the seats do get in the way a little bit here in the Mega Cab with the rear window and all that. But again, you've got the camera mirror and you've got the blind spot monitoring, so it shouldn't be an issue. And that all being said, let's set off. So we are setting off, and I guess because I had the truck idling for so long when I was filming the interior, that we actually have a range now. We've got 12 miles of range. If you're under 10 miles of range, then it just says low, basically. But if you are over 10 miles of range, then it actually gives you the exact number. But let's initially set off here in this 2500 Mega Cab. So I have driven the new 2500 Mega Cab before, so you guys know that I love the setup on this truck, and the ride quality is really good. It is a little bit longer compared to a crew cab, obviously, because you still have the 6'4" bed, but you have a little bit more truck. But it's shorter than a 2500 with a long bed, so it's right in between the two trucks, and so it definitely kind of creates an interesting driving dynamic because of that. From a ride quality perspective, when you're on nice roads, it drives really smooth, and again, I think that's because it's a little bit longer. It definitely has kind of like a smoother ride quality to it. But when you go over bumps and everything, it doesn't upset the truck or anything like that. But I feel like the crew cab, to an extent, sometimes handles some of it a little bit better. But this is still really good, especially for a heavy-duty truck. Like, shouldn't be an issue whatsoever. And then going over these little bumps right here, yeah, super easy. Like, it's super smooth over them. From a handling perspective, and I just realized that I'm in kilometers per hour, but from a handling perspective, I think it's really solid. I mean, you can definitely tell that it's a truck, and there's your miles per hour now. But it doesn't handle bad by any means. Like, it just pretty much handles like any other heavy duty truck. So again, if you're used to driving a big diesel truck, this is not going to feel weird to you. And we just went to low again. Oops, hopefully we make it back. But we are going to be getting our turn here, and just like a very minor acceleration before we get our full-blown acceleration. Listen to that diesel. It sounds really good. Tons of torque. You guys know that I think that this is more than enough with the 370 horsepower and then 850 pound-feet torque. That truck says TRX on the back. That's awesome. I don't know if that's from the factory or what, but definitely not what the new TRX is. The new TRX is absolutely crazy. But I mean, I guess that maybe that is a TRX. Anyways, we're going to be getting our full-blown acceleration now here with this 2500 Mega Cab. Yeah, so tons of torque, and I mean, because it's a diesel engine, you just get torque from low down all the way up to the red line, which, I mean, with diesel engines, the red line is a little bit lower. You're only at just over 3,000 RPMs for the red line on this engine. But like I said, it's just feel like this is more than enough acceleration. I love the sound of it too, and that'll get me to setting things up with this truck. So I understand this specific truck is very expensive. $80,000 sticker price is a lot of money, but I love the looks of it. I love all of the packages. This is pretty much fully loaded, has all of the options, and it's just like, I really like this truck overall, and that's why I wanted to review it today, is because this is like, if I bought a diesel truck, this would pretty much be the spec that I'd pick. I'd pick a crazy color like this flame red. I do the blacked out night edition. I do probably a Laramie fully loaded, and I don't know, I just think it's such a neat truck. It's got a ton of nice features on it. And I mean, if you're looking for like where this truck kind of sits, this is what you'd get if you want like a luxury heavy duty truck that you can do some towing with, that you could daily drive, and if you wanted to do some camping out of it, well, then you can do that as well. So this truck just pretty much does everything, and it does everything well, and that's why I really like it. Now, that is going to sum things up for our video on this 2021 Ram 2500 Laramie Night Edition in the Mega Cab and also in Flame Red. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Dodge Ram here in Sandy for giving me some time with this truck. Check out their inventory in the link below. I'll see all of you in the next video.